been?
Where did you dig up that old fossil?
Going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
That's no moon.
We're all fine here now, thank you. How are you?
Welcome to the Star Wars Nerds Podcast. I'm Dan Vadabalker.
And I'm Kenton Larson.
Kenton, I have something to show you today. I received a Star Wars themed gift from my girlfriend for our anniversary. I've got it right to the side. I'm going to show it to you in a second. And then we've got some few Star Wars stories to talk about this week. But first, I figured that, I was going to ask you about Stranger Things, but I guess you haven't watched it yet because you're not on Netflix right now. You canceled your Netflix subscription.
Yeah, and yes, that's true. And also, it's true that I thought the last season, which is now the second last season, I thought was hot garbage. I thought it was so terrible. I thought it was so awful and so poorly constructed as a season of TV with episodes ranging from 30 minutes to 6 hours. So they're seemingly 6 hours. But when it was all over, I was like, I don't give a crap about the upside down world. I don't care about Dennis Hopper. No, whatever his name is, Lieutenant Hopper. I don't care about Dennis Hopper. I don't care about those kids are 65 years old. Those kids are older than me now. I was like, that's it. I'm tapping out on this one. But thank you. Thanks for the first two seasons, which I quite enjoyed.
Yeah, I have to say, I didn't hate that last season as much as you did.
Oh.
I didn't like the way it ended, certainly, but I have to say these first 4 episodes, and I forgot I was watching it with Luke, and then Luke and I were off on our watching, so we both watched these separately and then talked about them. But we're gonna watch I guess there's 4 more final episodes coming, and that's it around New Year's. So we're gonna watch those ones together. But it's been fine. There's not a lot of clutter in it. You can tell like they want to really get to the point of this, and like the things happen pretty quickly. We don't dwell on a lot of like meaningless moments like we have in previous episodes. And there's a few new characters that are a lot of fun as well. I enjoyed it. Are you going to ever watch the final season when you get back on Netflix? Are you going to watch it?
No.
Okay.
I will never watch it. And I watched already some spoiler reviews of it just to go, if I hear that this is the greatest thing that's ever been made, then maybe I will watch it. But all the reviews I saw were, at best, they were a mixed bag.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like, I would say
Right.
not as good as the first 2 seasons. Certainly not as good as those 2, but it's fine. It's better than the last season. So that's basically all you can say.
I mostly wanted, like, the one thing that I wanted to find out is that the last season ended, and it seemed like the world was exploding before our very eyes. And so I was like, well, how are they gonna, like, how do you go? And I thought, okay, there's only one way to do it, especially since the kids are so old, which is time jump. We'll do a time jump, and we won't know like what happened. And we'll learn through flashbacks or something. I thought that's probably how I would handle that.
Mhm.
But it turns out that's not what happened. It turns
No.
out that they covered them with metal grates and still allowed people to live in the town.
The town has been quarantined. It's kind of like outbreaks. The town has been quarantined, so there's military all around it. They're stuck in the town, and yeah, it is one of those cases where the kid actors age instantly from season 3 to season 4 to 5, really. But this has happened before. I was thinking about what was the one I was watching? Resident Alien, which is on Crave, I believe. It's really good. If you've never seen it, Ellen Tudyk. I think I've recommended it before. But there's a kid actor in that one, and from seasons like 2 to 3, he hits puberty and shoots up. And it wasn't like it was a big delay between the shooting of the seasons. He just happened to happen at that time. So there's a big difference. And these kids, there's a big difference between seasons 4 and 5. They're all adults. But the thing is, like, I think I've seen so many 20-year-olds playing teenagers over the years that I'm just kind of used to it. So I don't really care. Once you get into the story, you don't really care as much. It's still the same characters. It's still the same actors doing, like, they're good characters. It's good performances. One thing this season is doing, it's like mixing up the characters in different ways, so that how they usually partner up in certain ways, and certain like pairs and best friends or whatever go together. This way they're kind of mixing them up, and they all get worked into different situations. So that's a little bit fun. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to check in and see how is it going with your no Netflix policy so far?
It's no problem at all. It's kind of weird, actually. Well, you know what? There's just so much out there that can be watched, and so right now I've got the regular suite of cable stuff, and today Netflix bought HBO. I guess you saw.
I heard that. Yeah. We'll talk about that on a future episode for sure.
So maybe it'll all be the same thing anyway. But I have regular TV with 400 channels of cable. So, okay. And then there's on-demand stuff there, which I have yet to watch. So I'm okay there. Then I've got Disney Plus, and I was like, what was the show that I was watching? Oh, the Beatles documentaries came out this week. The anthologies redone, and I ate those up. I was like, this is the best. I watched those so quick, 9 documentaries, but I could have watched another 20 of them probably. I like them so much. I was like, okay, I think I'm done with Disney Plus. And then I see this article going, The Lowdown is one of the greatest TV shows of the year, says the New York Times. And they only listed like maybe 6 great shows for the year. And that's one of them. And I've seen all the other ones and agree they're great. So, well, now I got to watch The Lowdown. I got to watch it because if it's one of the best shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke. Although it doesn't look like Ethan Hawke anymore. I thought it was Jeff Bridges, for crying out loud. And that's Ethan Hawke.
I find the thumbnails on Disney Plus to be unappealing.
You're right.
I do not want to click on any of those. They're too produced. They're too shiny and like whatever. I just don't like the look of them. I just want like the movie poster. I just want like a simple thing that you can show me what it looks like. I don't need like this character with like Ethan Hawke and then all the other characters. It's like that thing they did with Star Wars.
Yeah,
the main topic. With when they put everybody, and even Stranger Things, they had a poster with all the characters in Stranger Things. It gets too crowded. It's not a good look. I just want to mention before we move on to the main topic, I want to mention that I've noticed a new trend in that now that we're into the Black Friday sales and the Cyber Days and all that stuff, all the streaming services are offering a good deal for streaming packages, but only if you sign up for a year at a time.
Right.
A year contract, $4.99 a month for the first 6 months, and there's regular price for the other half of the year, whatever. So that's what they're trying to do, trying to lock people in to avoid that churn, to avoid them flipping the way that I've been doing, that I've been talking about on this podcast. I think it's a really interesting trend. And we'll see how many people take advantage of it. People probably aren't thinking about it in terms of that.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because sometimes I notice that among older people, sometimes an older person, older than me, hard to believe, but they exist. And sometimes a person older than me will go, "Hey, do you like to stream shows?" Like they'll say it like it's like this, like it's something they just discovered. And you're like, and you just go, "Yeah, yes." Yes, that is something that is possible and that most people are in fact doing. So I go, yeah, I like that. But among like everyone else, it's kind of like that's just one thing that you dip into. And if anything now, probably the question that young people would go is, do you go to the theaters? Do you like to go to those movie theaters? And that actually a friend of mine told me this week that he went to see, he's a big Wizard of Oz fanatic.
Oh, okay.
So he went to see a Wicked Part 2 in the theater, and he's like, that's the only reason I went. I love the Wizard of Oz. It's like I don't think that I'm part of the fan base for this, but I'm going anyway. But he said, like, from the word go, there was like a screaming baby sitting right behind him at the Grand Park Theater. He goes, it was just horrible. And the person doesn't take the baby out of the theater, of course. Why would they do that? They just sit there with the baby screaming. And so he goes, after the movie, he finds the manager or whatever. He goes, look, is there anything? Can we do something about this? This baby was screaming for the whole time. And the manager goes, my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do about it. If somebody chooses to bring their screaming baby in there, then that's their choice. And I mean, gosh, I wish there was something I could do.
I mean, really what you can do is you can walk out immediately and demand a refund. Like they would give you a refund within the first 20 minutes of the movie starting.
Right.
So there's a baby there. Get a refund, go see another showing of it. Go to the next one. Wait an hour or two.
Right. But part of the discussion we've been having a lot of, but I think do you go to a movie theater these days is more of a pertinent question than do you like to do the streaming?
Yeah. This sounds dirty.
All right. Do you like to stream? What do you mean? Wait a sec. Are you talking about TV or is this a fetish?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I want to show you this. I'm excited to show you this.
By the way, you got a gift, you said. Is this what you're going to show me?
This is what I'm going to show you.
Good.
It was my anniversary with my girlfriend. We went away for the weekend to a cabin. It was really nice. And we gave each other gifts. And I'm not great at giving gifts. I'm a very last minute gift giver. But it was fine. What I gave her was fine. But what she gave me, she always thinks of these things, and I never do. It is a coffee table book. So you can see up here, this says Star Wars. It says the story of Star Wars from the Los Angeles Times. And then you can also see that it's told through headlines since 1976, and it's got my name on it. She said, presented to me. You can get it personalized. And this is from a website called Historic Newspapers. And what it is, Kenton, is exactly what it sounds like. It is articles, newspaper pages from the LA Times over the years about Star Wars. So it's basically every article has ever been written about Star Wars, every advertisement, everything. Go ahead.
That article you just showed me, I clipped out. It was run, I guess, across America. I clipped it out of the Boston Globe.
This one.
That's where I was. Yeah, that article. I have that article clipped out of the Boston Globe, which probably reran it from
probably, yeah.
From that. And so that's hilarious. That's when I lived in the US. I cut out every article that I ever saw about Star Wars. So you actually have a bound book of it, and I have a terrible. As a kid, I stuck it into a photo album.
That's neat though. But here's the thing: like the caption of the photo here, it's a photo of a still of Chewbacca with really it's Han and Luke, right, in the stormtrooper outfit.
Yeah.
Like, because he's too short to be a stormtrooper. But the the caption says robots with 8-man captive walk through George Lucas's Star Wars. Yeah. They're robots and he's an 8-man. Yeah, nobody knew anything about it at that point, and that's what I love about it. So this article,
nothing of it. Yeah.
This article,
I remember when people thought that stormtroopers were robots. I remember that, and even Jawas. Those are robots.
Yeah, well, they have glowy eyes, right? You think they're glowy eyes. And so in this article, this first one, where it's just kind of like, it was basically written in June 1976 as they were just wrapping up production on it, right? So they're moving into post-production, and basically he's so spent at this time. George Lucas is like, I might be go back to being an artist. He's like, I might not be doing this. And then in another article later on, he's like, I'll be happy if this just breaks even. Like there's basically an article that comes out like at the release of it and talking about everything. But it's also, Kenton, because of the nature of newspapers. This one, by the way, also has an article here about Wings. About
very good.
Paul McCartney's Wings comeback tour.
Yeah.
It also has something about Getty, the J. Paul Getty Museum. So newspapers would do this, right? This is how they lay it out. So you have 3 stories, and then you have to go find the rest of the story later on in the newspaper, right? So you flip through the newspaper, which means you get all the advertisements. So this also has all the advertisements in this thing, like as it was printed in the newspaper. So this is like a James Dean movie ad. There's a lot of movie ads because this comes from the entertainment section of the newspaper, right? So they would be advertising movies. There's one here: Columbia College announces the summer quarter, July 6, 1976, the largest evening program of television and motion picture courses in Southern California. It's really it's a college where you can go learn to produce this stuff. There's one here. Hold on, I'll show you a couple more things here. Big full page ad for Star Wars right there.
Oh, very good. Right? Love it.
Yeah. Oh yes, here's the other one. Movie times. Look at this. Movie times for Star Wars. Look at all those listings.
Love it.
How many times do they show this movie? A lot.
The only way you could find out when a movie was playing was to phone the theater or to get a newspaper.
But it's interesting because this one's got this really, really detailed one, has like the way that I remember it, where it was like, here's a theater and here's what's playing, here's a theater, here's what's playing. It has, look at all the theaters. There's so many different theaters on this listing. But this other one, this one that's specific to Star Wars, just shows all the Star Wars screenings at all the different theaters. So if you want to see it at this theater, it's this time. And that's basically like, you just look at it and go, oh, okay, I can go to this theater at this time and see it. So that is really interesting, I find.
Yeah, totally.
Black Sunday is the one movie that I must see this year, Kenton.
Why?
I don't know. It says.
Oh, that's what it says. Oh, I thought you literally saw the ad and went, I must see it this year.
That's what the ad says. Have you seen Black Sunday?
I have.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's it's the terrorist who's going to explode the blimp over the Super Bowl or over a football game.
Okay. Yeah. Also in this book are ads for toys and clothing. So we have the Darth Vader collection at Kmart or whatever this is.
Nice.
In the store, but it has like Star Wars watches, tube socks, posters, bath towels, bedspreads, everything you had in your bedroom as a child.
Fantastic.
It also has this preview of the Star Wars holiday special. So this is something they would do in newspapers where they would give you like, okay, what's on TV tonight? And have a little, this has a big still from it. And then it says like, the hit movie Star Wars is the inspiration for a 2-hour Star Wars holiday special to be seen Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. on CBS. The program combines variety, animation, adventure, music, and special visual effects, and has a large cast of stars. headed by Beatrice, Arthur, Art Carney, Diane Carroll, the Jefferson Starship, and Kirby Corman. And then it goes on to describe the rest of it. And then below that, it has the next show in the schedule. Dennis Weaver, Angie Dickinson, and Robert Wagner and Leslie Ann Warren at Wright are the stars of Pearl, a 6-hour motion picture for television to air over 3 nights on ABC. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, it's about Pearl Harbor. The Americans living in Pearl Harbor when it was attacked, I guess. Anyway,
I thought it was about Pearl Bailey.
and then we're on to Empire Strikes Back. So then it goes on to the next movie, and it covers that, and it goes through all the movies and everything, and it goes all the way until. Hold on, let me find one of the last big articles here is about Andor. So
no way.
All right,
It goes all the way up to that.
Yeah, right. And so this is a big article about Andor, it's talking between Gilroy and Diego Luna about the thing. It's a big feature. And yeah, definitely these would be like you're right. What's it called? You just said it before. Syndicated articles. So the LA Times would
Right.
and they would be reprinted. Although it also would be now in these days it's online, but it's got everything. Like I can't wait to read through all of this and just kind of get a sense of like not only a history of Star Wars, but it's a history of the time that Star Wars came out. It's a snapshot of what media was when these films were released, and it goes through everything. The prequels. It's got a prequel section somewhere in here. The Force never left him. Can't it, right? That was it never left him. It was always there, apparently. George Lucas dropped out of Hollywood. Too bad most dropouts don't hit it as big as the man who helped reinvent the movies. Yeah, really interesting stuff.
That's grasping for a lead right there.
Yes.
Trying to form a connection where none exists.
Use the fork, Luke. The birth of the entertainment industrial complex.
Oh my god!
What is this? Anyway, I just love this so much. It's just such a great gift. So for the Star Wars fan in your world, you might want to consider this from historic newspapers, and they probably have this. Honestly, they probably do this for all kinds of things. Think about it. You can pick any topic and have it be like about whatever, right? That's the kind of idea behind this. So I could do one about World War II or about like the financial crisis in 2008 or what. You just collects all the headlines. I don't know if it has to all be from the same paper or if it can be from different papers, but I think it's just a really cool gift here.
I love it.
I wanted to show that off to you.
Oh, beautiful.
Cool, eh?
Coffee table, ready for the coffee table.
Yeah,
Don't put a coffee cup on it though, you'll wreck it.
I might still do that. I'm only and it's also got the comics. Look, got the Wizard of Id.
Wizard of Id. Oh my god.
Remember him?
Yeah, of course.
He's raising taxes and the peasants aren't happy. Oh no, the king is raising taxes. The king's name isn't Id. The wizard's name is Id, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Well, no, it's the town. It's the
place.
The kingdom of Id.
Yeah.
It's a play. It's a parody of The Wizard of Oz meets Freud's id, ego, and super ego, I guess. But that was highbrow entertainment back in the day, right there.
Look at this ad right here, Kenton.
Oh wow, $2.39 for Star Wars figures.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I would have been highly motivated to race out to get that stuff.
It's Darth Vader! Watch out! And he's got a lightsaber!
It's Kenner's new Star Wars action figures, each sold separately.
I've got you now, Ben Kenobi!
With R2-D2 and C-3PO, there's even Chewbacca and Han Solo.
Someone's coming, Chewie. Who's there? It's Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker! Now I know the Force is with us.
R2-D2, Darth Vader, C-3PO, and other Kenner Star Wars action figures, each sold separately.
I should tell you one day about the saga with my neighbor kids. I have a saga with the neighbors next door. They're throwing stuff at my house.
Why are they doing that?
Okay, I'll tell this on the podcast. Why not?
Okay, sorry. I picked up something from the front door and then came back and I reminded Dan the kids are throwing stuff at his house. Go ahead, Dan. Tell us that story.
Yeah, this is funny. My neighbors, like the way it's set up is like I live in a side by side. I only have one side door in my house. I don't have a front door. So you have to come in the side. There's a gate. You go in the gate and there's a door. And basically that's it. It's my only entrance. I don't know if that's safe now that I think about it. But exactly opposite is the side of my neighbor's house. They have a normal house with a front entrance, but they have two windows on the side of that house. One window I think is a bedroom. The other one is their kitchen. And they have no screen in that kitchen window. And it drives me nuts because in the summertime, they have it wide open. And And I can't really be outside and say anything. And it's pretty close too. It's very, very close by, like within 10 feet of the houses are like 10 feet from each other. They're not that far apart. And so I don't like them having that window open. They're also assholes. I've already established. I've yelled at them for being up loud too late at night. They've called the cops on me for yelling at them.
What?
Yes, it was so stupid. I'm like, oh, they called you guys because I yelled at them. He's like, yeah. All right, well, sorry, I won't yell at them again. But I did actually yelled at the kids.
You have to yell at them.
I have to yell at them.
You have to if they're making noise or whatever. What else are you gonna do?
Anyway, that was all like years ago almost, I think. And this lately started in the last month or so, where like we would come home or just get up in the morning and there'd be like eggs thrown at the house. And the first one happened like right after Halloween. So I thought, oh, it's just kids getting rid of eggs from their whatever gate night thing. And I didn't really think much of it. But then it just kept happening. And it was like a couple more times. And then it was like one time a lot of food. It was all food items. And it was like pizza. It was like cans. It was like a canned food, like a can of tomato sauce. It was little things of hummus, like their lunch snacks that they clearly, their mom is buying them lunch snacks. And these kids are hucking it out the window. And I think that for a while, I think they're playing this game because I have one of those windows that is down. And it's got like one of those little things that go down into the ground where the window is, right? Where they kind of like collect the rain or whatever. And I think they're trying to get it into that thing. So they're having a game because there's a bunch of garbage in that. So yeah, this has been happening over the last month or so, really. And so basically, after the first couple times, I thought, I don't have any proof of this, but I think it's the kids because it's very obvious like this is coming straight from across the way. But I went online and I saw you're supposed to file like an online report. If you don't know, I don't have any proof it's them. I just suspect it's them. So I filed an online report. I filed a couple of online reports because it kept happening. And then my daughter actually called the non-emergency line and filed a report as well because it happened while she was at work or at home. And so finally I said, just bit the bullet and bought some security cameras and put them up, like just old, and it's pretty cheap. You can get a good camera for cheap. So although I didn't get the best camera, I got one of the cheaper cameras. And so it's not great at night, which I've learned. So I have to kind of reposition them. But then this last week, I was just working. I was just, doing my work at the kitchen table as I usually do. And I hear a thunk and I hear something hit the side of the house. I'm like, oh, fucking kids. Are they, see, they're throwing shit again. And it had happened a couple days previous when Jack was home with his friend and they'd been throwing eggs.
This is happening all the time.
It's happening every couple days, basically. They just, whenever they're bored, they just huck stuff at the house. So I'm like, all right. So then I bring up the camera on my phone and on the app, and then there's a little thing that says you can record, like right from there. It says record, and this is 4 p.m. bright daylight outside, can see everything. So I just hit record, and I'll put it up on the podcast. I'll put this in the video. You guys can see it. Because you can see you can see the window open. You can see this little face pop out, and you can see them go, and then pop, and then shut the window, and the egg flies out and hits my
busted.
So busted, gotcha. So I got the video footage. I'm like, yes, finally, I'll get some vindication. I'll call the police. Because I think the reason the police, like, of those other reports, they didn't do anything about it because I don't think they can really until you have proof. This is why, like, this is the world we live in now, where you have to have proof. You have to have video evidence of something before you go to police. Otherwise, they can't do anything. So then I just got the video. And so then they kept doing it though. And then, so I saw them, I was kind of looking out my window and I could see them poking their head up out the window, looking to see if I was reacting. They were looking for my reaction. I realized now. At the time I was getting pretty angry. So at the time I could see them get ready to open the window and I opened the door at the same time. And I said, stop doing it. I yelled really loud. I have a really, really loud voice. You know that. Not that I've ever yelled at you, but I just feel I can yell really loud. I gave them the full volume of it. And they shut the window. I shut the door. I thought that was, I said, I've got you guys on video, so you can expect a visit from police. That's all I said. And I left it at that.
Did they do it after that?
They kept doing it. They kept coming back. And then I had a bit of a stare down with them, a standoff, where I just stood in the doorway and I could see them, like, they're just waiting for me to walk away so they could throw something again.
Fucking kids.
14, 15 years old. They're about the same age as my kids, honestly.
Did you talk to the parents about the bastard?
The parent was an asshole. I don't like the parent, and she wasn't home anyway. She doesn't know any of this is going on. So I feel like she would be very upset to learn that the kids are wasting this much food. I feel like
right.
$200 worth of groceries at my house over the last.
That's right. There you go.
Hunks of butter, like a block of butter thrown at my house. I'm like, that butter's expensive, man. I don't know if you've seen the price lately.
God.
Anyway, that's been my story for the last few months. So anyway, I finally have the evidence. I filed the report again. Hopefully they'll send someone down. I just want the cops to come down and tell them to stop and hopefully they'll stop. The other thing, actually, now that I thought about, like, girlfriend gave me this idea, is I'm going to write them a note and put the note in their mailbox and show them with an image of them throwing this stuff and say, tell your kids to stop doing this. I think as soon as the mom realizes what they're doing, she'll stop it because she doesn't want them wasting food.
Oh my God, that is so ridiculous. Unbelievable. Like we like there's a rental place next door to us, and it's been fine for a couple of years. So, but you're at the mercy of whoever might live there.
Well,
and it's a similar thing where you sometimes you have people and you're just like, my God, like what did I ever do to have this bullshit? And sometimes it is like 15-year-olds or whatever. One time I saw a couple 15-year-olds hitting the meth pipe in the backyard next door and stuff. So but however, the police are interested in somebody hitting the meth pipe. I can tell you that.
Oh, I guarantee. Yeah,
that's more interesting to them than kids throwing butter.
Anyway, that's just been my kind of thing. I do like having the cameras though. I gotta say, I kind of like having the cameras there, like being able to see what's going on at home when I'm not there. They're pretty good as far as like I could turn them on, I can talk through them, I can do night vision and stuff like that. So the technology's pretty good. I had a couple of stories I wanted to talk to you about. As far as, let's just end the podcast on a Star Wars note. And this is again maybe on the theme of gifts for Star Wars fans. If anybody's looking for gifts for Star Wars fans out there, Columbia's Endor collection brings Star Wars style to real life.
I love it. I love it. I saw it. I love it. I love their outdoor stuff that they've done in the past. They had a whole Empire Strikes Back collection that I wanted to buy. And the only place I know that has Columbia in Winnipeg is Polo Park in the Sport Check. And so I've gone there every Christmas. I go there and I look, they never have any of the Star Wars stuff ever. I've never seen it in stock. I'd buy it if it was there.
Okay, so this is I think what famously Justin Trudeau wore when he dressed up one year for
that's right.
Polo, right? It was that Columbia. It was the Hoth winter jacket that he wore, but this is specifically the Endor stuff. This is all the camo and all the stuff they're wearing on Endor when they're trying to break into the bunker. So that's kind of cool. You can dress up and pretend you're like trying to blow up the bunker, right?
Absolutely. It's as I say, and they had a Boba Fett winter jacket.
Okay,
that was like, it's very subtle. Like it's not like a costume. It's not like cosplay. It's nice clothing that legitimately serves its purpose, but just has like some nice features, but some nice little Star Wars bling on it that just to sweeten the deal. But I would totally buy that stuff. It's expensive, and it is expensive.
I mean, but it's good quality. Columbia is a good brand, so you will get good quality stuff. But it is expensive. Everything is called Star Wars tax. That's what I call it now. Everything Star Wars related it's a little bit more expensive, and that's true. It's true. Thrift store. If you go to the thrift store, Star Wars things like the Star Wars Trivial Pursuit is more expensive than the regular Trivial Pursuit because of Star Wars. That's it. That's the only reason they charge more. And Harry Potter stuff, but I think that's going to fall off. I think the Harry Potter is going to. Another Star Wars story I have here: the case between the estate of, or the family of Peter Cushing has been moving forward. So they've been suing Disney. Do you remember this?
But his estate holder allowed them to do it.
Something like that, but they're arguing. I think the argument is over continuing rights of this because they continue to benefit from his likeness on Disney Plus or something like that. I think that's part of the issue. When they don't feel like they should have to. I think they were basically looking for more money.
Yeah, of course they are. But also, I thought it occurred to me that Play-Doh probably has just as much of a lawsuit for Claymation Tarkin. Play-Doh is teaming up with the estate.
Who did those claymation things in the 60s? Rankin and Bass. It's like those guys.
Those Christmas ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like that, or
it does look like that.
Look at the California raisins.
It's just like a souped up version of that.
Yeah.
Play-Doh and the estate of Peter Cushing should join forces to sue. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're ever going to use them anyway in anything. I don't know. What are we going to use them for? We don't have anything coming up in that time period.
Okay, hold on. I just found this one. Lucasfilm cancels one highly anticipated Star Wars movie. Another one bits the dust at Lucasfilm. Thank you for that. Whatever this website is.
I think I saw that, and I think they're talking about Rian Johnson's stupid trilogy. No,
we already talked about this. Yes.
Yeah. Give me a break. We know.
Okay, that's clickbait that I should have not clicked on. Yeah.
Yeah, they canceled his project so he could do 15 bad Knives Out films.
Is that new one out on Netflix yet?
I don't know if it's on Netflix yet or not. I think that's
just
run its course for me. That's run its course.
Oh.
Fine. I don't think that character is as amazing as other people do, but people love Stranger Things. So what? Maybe I'm the odd guy out here.
It's the modern day. Who is the guy that Agatha Christie had? Her detective.
Yeah.
Who's the name?
Kind of think
Oh, Poirot, right? Remember Hercule Poirot?
Oh, I don't know. That's not what I was thinking
Detective.
of.
Okay, well, there's been many like famous detectives,
Oh, of
and he was
course.
just in the long line of another famous detective. And that's
Yeah,
I didn't even see the second one, to be honest. I didn't even know what the second one's about. So there
I
you go.
did see it, and it was fine. Just like everything on Netflix, it's all fine.
We're gonna talk about this. Maybe next week we'll talk about Netflix a bit more. I'll give you an update.
Yeah.
Update from the world of Netflix since you don't have it, and then we can talk about this buyout, whatever this is happening.
Yeah.
Again, it just came up in the news feed today, I think, or yesterday. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Man, so long movie theaters, like they're not gonna release anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we'll leave it there. Anything else? Any other Star Wars news to talk about?
Well, there's only one thing I was going to ask you before we call it a podcast, and that is, does your girlfriend like streaming, Dad?
None of your business. None of your business.
Wink, wink, nudge. The old Monty Python. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? And then the guy goes, "What exactly are you insinuating?" And Eric Idle goes, "I don't know." That's classic. That is classic stuff.
All right. Hey, that's going to do it for this episode of the Star Wars Nerds. I'm Dan Vadebunker.
I'm Kenton Larson. Don't let the Force hit you on the ass.
Going to Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Now I am the master.
I'm taking an awful risk, mate.